Alrighty, folks, welcome into the channel. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Today we're doing a best ball draft on DK, DraftKings. First DK draft I've done on the channel. And let's get right into it. First guy auto drafted Gibbs, or at least it looked like he timed out. We're drafting out of the 10 hole, and we'll see what we end up snagging. Pretty straightforward so far. Got Gibbs, Bijan, Jamar, Puka. Yep, plain Jane so far. JSN and CMC go. Jonathan Taylor follows right after him. CD. So we got Amon-Ra, Jefferson, Genty. Lots of different ways we could go here. And we're up. And I think we're going to go Amon-Ra. Boom. James Cook goes after Amon-Ra. Achan goes. And we're up. We are up. Got Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Hampton, A.J. Brown. We have a wide receiver. So I think today we're going to go Walker. Boom. And Walker, come on down. Come on down. Amon-Ra Walker start. Hey, I like it. I really do. This is actually like a draft that I'm doing with some of my homies. Slow draft BBM. Started off the exact same way. Pickens going early. Going at the 17th pick. Generally more of a 2-3 turn guy. A.J. Brown, Bowers, and Allen. Josh Allen in the second. Man, DK is quite wild. Omarion Hampton with quite a big fall. Thanks to that Pickens pick, A.J. Brown getting, pushed up a little bit. Not too off of where he's been going lately. But also due to the Josh Allen pick. So that guy with Puka Hampton has quite a unique start there. The guy out of the 3 hole opting for Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. Cincinnati start there. I would assume that they're going to try to get Burrow, but we shall see in that regard. The guy out of the 1 hole goes Nico Collins and Jeremiah Love. So he's Jahmyr Gibbs, Collins, and Love. Man, that Pickens and Josh Allen pick really has made this draft kind of unique as far as the team structures are going to go. Not even structures, but uniqueness and who they pick in these first couple rounds. A few rounds, I should say. Now we can go to the players and kind of look here. Rashi probably ain't going to make it to us. Yep, he goes right there. Devonta Smith goes. We're likely looking at, oh, never mind. T goes right there. So we're going to be good with either wide receiver or running back here. Don't think I want to reach for Loveland. Okay, let's go. I think we're going to go Brees. Come on down to the squad, my guy. I mean, I've been taking a lot of Brees Hall, but it just seems like where he's going on draft boards, it's not a fun click, but the guy could have a perfectly good season and be more of a beginning of the first, second turn type of guy next year. The guy has the talent to do it. So, it doesn't feel great, but I've been taking quite a bit of him. Maybe against my better judgment, but I don't think it is against my better judgment. Now, I don't really want to take Garrett Wilson as well. I've done that, but maybe we'll kind of live a little and go Yeah, let's live a little and go Nate. Nah, fudge. Let's go McMillan. I was thinking about going Neighbors, but I just don't know when he's going to frickin' start. It might be week 5, week 6, or it could be just that he's working out just fine and he's good for the beginning of the season. I don't know. But that's not one really wanted to take that risk today. So the squad as it stands right now is Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, and Tet McMillan. Ted Arroyo. Um, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Very balanced build so far. Walker and Tet have the same bye, but not too worried about that. Neighbors did go right after me. Yeah, I mean it could. It's high upside. You know, if it hits and he's not that injured. You know, so if you like to live on the edge, then go ahead and do it. Why the hell not? Dak, Dak, the second quarterback off the board. Now that's odd. Frickin' DraftKings, bro. But hey, that means that this should be a decent pod to advance out of. Guy getting his Dak stack early with Pickens and Lamb and Javonte Williams. The guy has picked only Cowboys players. The man loves them boys. Wow. Starting to see the quarterbacks coming off the board. Jackson and Burrow go at the beginning of the 5th. The 20-second clock on Underdog really makes a huge difference. I mean, on the occasion where you do auto pick and are not we're on the clock. All right, what do we want to do? We got 2 and 2. I think we go Montgomery here. Grab a running back. And then we'll probably snag another wide receiver coming back around. Hopefully Carnell Tate is available for us. Then we got to start thinking about quarterbacks after that, which we have plenty of options. And he is available to us. Let's go, Tate. Come on down. Sweet. I'm liking the squad. So far, we've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall, Tet McMillan, David Montgomery, and Carnell Tate. Really, really vibing with this squad so far. Parker Washington goes. Caleb Williams comes off the board at 6.6. That guy taking a naked Caleb Williams is interesting. There isn't really too many backstacking options that I can think of for Caleb Williams. He's just going to roll a naked Williams. All good. You know, that's totally fine. Travion Henderson feels like he fell quite a bit. Hurts with the fall. Or is that a fall? I don't know. Feels like a fall for Jalen Hurts, 7th round. He might backstack with Lemon, possibly Goddard. Got him naked right now. All right, what do we want to do here? I think we could take a wide receiver. All right, we are up. Let's go to wide receivers. And should we just snag Lemon from him? ADP. All right, yeah, let's just take Lemon. Sorry, homie, with Hurts, but we wanted to get him. And then right now, we probably want to go ahead and grab Goff to stack up with Amon-Ra on our next pick because his ADP is 103, 104. And I just don't want to risk not getting him. I mean, it's almost an entire round early, but DK, you just never know. These dudes are susceptible to take quarterbacks early. So we're gonna do that. We don't want the JMO drafter or the Jameer drafter taking our guy. Even though Mahomes is sitting here nice. And, oh yeah, let's do Mahomes to stack up with Kenneth Walker. I take that back. And then we can maybe even get the boy Goff on our next pick. I like that. I like that a lot. So the squad as it stands currently is Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Tet McMillan, David Montgomery, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, 2 rookies there. That might be the only 2 rookies on this squad. We might got it. Might want to snag some vets, some chaperones on the later half of this draft. And then Mahomes stacked with Kenneth Walker, who I think is going to have some more receptions this year now that he's on the Chiefs compared to when he was on the Seahawks. And I think he's going to be having a little more just overall effectiveness, let's say, on the Chiefs. They're going to use him in a more fantasy advantageous role. At least that's the hope. So I think we're going to want to get Goff on our next pick if we can. He may go beforehand, and it is what it is if that's the case. We still have the Ward, Young, and Geno options if we want to. Definitely not opposed to going Ward with Tate and backstacking Helm and stuff like that. Gainwell and Brooks go. Oh, there goes Goff. I knew he wouldn't come back to us if we wanted him. We would have had to take him last pick when we took Mahomes, but I'm perfectly cool with going Mahomes. He's a better fantasy bet, I think, than Goff. Maybe not at the beginning of the season when he's rolling back in, but overall, I like the chances and the value there. All right. What do we want to do here? Wow, that was very close. We went Worthy there to stack with Mahomes. Was not sure what to do, and it kind of snuck up on me there. And I was talking shit about the 20-second clocks. All right, we're about to be back up, and we are back up. All right, let's be prepared. Not going to do Ward here. I think we're going to grab Jacoby Myers. Get another wide receiver under the belt. All right. So those 2 picks didn't go as smooth as we would have liked, but ended up getting out of there with a Worthy stacked with Mahomes to double stack Mahomes, and then a Jacoby Myers just to, like I was saying, a little bit of a chaperone pick for Carnell Tate and Lemon, especially for the beginning of the season. So yeah, I think we made it through that just fine, but was a little bit hairy. I thought I was about to get auto-drafted Cam Ward because I have him in the queue. But thankfully, we made it through. We made it through all right. We made it through all right. Do a little recap of the squad. All right, we got Amon-Ra, Walker, Brees, Tet, Montgomery, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Mahomes, Xavier Worthy, and Jacoby Myers. Not a bad squad. So we probably want to put a little bit of attention in these next two picks so we don't get freaking taken advantage of. I think we're going to go Ward and then probably a running back or a tight end. That is what I think the move is going to be. Ward's buy is 9. Mahomes is 5, I think it says there. Yeah, 5. Yeah, we're gonna have to delegate one of these picks to a tight end. It's getting kind of late. Some of the guys like Kelsey, Kincaid are going off. That's when I know I got to start taking tight end. I definitely like pushing tight end this year. Unless I'm getting Bowers at the top, I kind of tend to push tight end. Sometimes if Fannin drops, I'll snag him because I think that's just a slam as far as value and what he's going to be doing this year in regards to fantasy points and just the role he'll have on the Browns. I think he proved himself last year as a rookie, and I think he's just going to build off of that. You know, I'm feeling good for the running back room with Walker, Brees, and Montgomery, but we are going to have to service that as well, probably after getting Ward and a tight end. But we'll see. The question is, do I push Ward? Yeah, I think I'm going to push Ward to the 2nd or 12th round pick instead of right here and try to get the best value or best tight end we can. Then we'll definitely have that back stack with Gunnar Helm waiting for us some rounds later. So that'll be one of the tight ends, and we'll just see who's available to us coming up here in a few picks. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to grab Ward as well. But I think we're going to go Andrews if he ends up falling to us. Oh, he goes right there, bastards. And I think we're going to take Chig, the boy Chiggy. You know, with all the crazy Ayuk stuff going on, him crashing out, I think Chig stands to have a good role on the Commanders. As long as they don't bring in someone like Diggs or someone to rain on the parade, I think we should be all right. Hopefully this guy doesn't take Ward from us. I don't think he will, but all right, yeah, we're going to go Cam Ward right here. Boom. Come on down, Cam. All right, we got Chig as our tight end 1, which I think he has high upside this year if the situation doesn't change. Time will tell in that regard. And then we got Ward stacked up with Carnell Tate, and we're planning on backstacking him with Gunnar Helm. So that'll be another tight end for us. We do need to start thinking about running back. It is probably getting pretty bleak. We can go and take a look at what that's looking at right now. Mason, Chris Rodriguez, Woody Marks, Tyler Algier, Tajay Sampson, Keaton Mitchell, the Missile. Yeah, I mean, it's bleak. It's certainly bleak, but you know, I'm confident in the 3 backs we have right now. So I think we're going to be just fine. Hopefully Bryce Young can fall to us. I don't think he will. It'd be a bit of an ADP fall because Bryce Young's ADP is 150, and we pick at 154. But we have Tate. You know, it would likely be like the Coker drafter. Let's try to see where Coker is. Yeah, he is right in front of us at 152, but he does have Purdy and Shuck and Dak. So I don't know if he's going to take Bryce Young. He probably won't, but that doesn't mean someone else won't. You know, there is the Jonathan Brooks drafter, the Chuba Hubbard drafter. The Chuba Hubbard drafter is the Coker drafter, so who knows? He might fucking take four quarterbacks. You never know. You never know how these DK lobbies shake out. But yeah, we'll probably go Bryce Young if he falls to us. I may have to do a little bit of a finagle here, switching cameras and putting the old computer on the charger. But we will see here. Oh, there goes Bryce Young. That bastard. That bastard. So maybe the Geno move stacked with Brees is the move. Geno's ADP is 180. So we just can get 2 picks here, most likely. The question is, do we just pop them off around early to make sure we have the 3 quarterbacks? Or do we feel confident in a Mahomes Ward team, which doesn't feel great. We want to have a third quarterback in this room, but I don't know at all. But I do think after this pick, or these 2 picks, I'm going to try to make that camera swap and the old charger pop and gag. Don't even know what that means. Omar Cooper goes. I wanted that for the Geno stack. Okay. Don't love the pick, but I think I'm going to take Tyler Algier. Needed some help in the RB room. It had been a hot minute since we picked a RB. The guy is not bad at all. You know, he could have been the lead back in Atlanta. Obviously, Bijan's there, so you're not going to play him over that. But the guy was perfectly suitable, the whole time he was on the Falcons. And he's going to be behind a rookie this year, albeit probably a more talented player. But, there's something to be said about having the experience. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Either way, it gives us a little bit of depth at running back. And right here, probably going to go tight end. I just don't feel great about taking Geno around early. Hopefully it'll work out to where he falls all the way to us. But knowing DK, he probably won't. But then we'll just rock maybe a two quarterback team. And I think we are actually going to grab Kenyon Sadiq to bank on the fact that we're going to get Geno here on our next pick. If not, I like the rookie upside. We have Chig, so, that is what it is. Well, the different camera thing is not working, so I'm going to try to go find a different charger. Really hoping someone doesn't take freaking Gunnar Helm here. One more bullet to dodge. Come on, old boy. Be good to us. And he is good to us. Gunnar Helm, come on down, baby. All right, so we get Gunnar Helm stacked with Ward there. That's solid. We're liking how this is working out. We didn't get the Bryce Young pick, but we took the second option in Geno, and then we're able to get that stacked with Sadiq and Brees Hall, so that works out as well. Okay, So we have changed cameras, I believe, successfully. So now we're going to try to hook up the charger. We'll see how it goes. So let's look and see who we have in running backs and receivers. Katron Allen, Marshawn Lloyd, Jaden Blue. Wide receiver, Dontavian Wicks, Cooper Kupp, Ted Hurst. You know, these are all options. All options. Okay. We're gonna go Dontavian Wicks. Give us some wide receiver action. And let's look at the running back tab. Katron Allen, Marshawn Lloyd, Jaden Blue, Halani. Yeah, we're going to go Katron Allen. Screw it. There we go. All right, we have 5 running backs, so we're feeling pretty all right at running back. You know, with our guys Walker, Brees, Montgomery, who I feel really good about. I think they can all, you know, at least have a decent floor for us week in, week out, and they all have different buys. And then we have Tyler Algier and Katron Allen rounding it out. You know, we may take another running back, but I doubt it. But Algier certainly could have a massive role if Love somehow gets hurt. But I think he'll have something to bring to fantasy, even if Love is who everyone thinks he is. Just for that veteran knowledge and just time in the NFL aspect. And then Katron Allen is just kind of a dart throw, saying that JCM and Rachaad White aren't going to have... Well, JCM really just not being who everyone thought he was last year. And Katron Allen kind of taking over that role would be what we are banking on. So for us, we're feeling pretty good. These next 2 picks are kind of just luxury picks. We could go running back, wide receiver, or tight end. I'm thinking we're going to go tight end or wide receiver, most likely. And we're coming up on our 19th round pick. Like I said, it's likely going to be a receiver or a tight end. We'll hop over and see what we're working with there. Receivers, we got Brazel, Pat Bryant, Jacoby Lane. Tight end, we got Darnell Washington, Kolar, and Mayer. So I'm thinking we're going to go wide receivers, just aside from Darnell Washington. But, I mean, I'm pretty okay with where we're sitting at tight end-wise with Chig, Sadiq, and Helm. So we might just add on 2 wide receivers to finish. And finish out at 9 wide receivers. Because I think the tight end room is okay. So yeah, it's on us. Let's get over to the players thing. Go to wide receivers. Take Brazel. There we go. Let's star Jacoby Lane. I think I want him over Pat Bryant. Or do I? Peyton likes the big boy receivers. Yeah, let's bet on Bryant. And then we'll just start Jacoby Lane after that. And then if that's not the case, we'll do Washington. All right, and we're up for our last pick, and we're going to pick Pat Bryant. And there we go. There's the squad right there. Let's run through it. Get an overall vibe on the squad. All right, so we started off with Amon-Ra, then went Ken Walker. Or I should say the build is a 3-5-9-3. We got Amon-Ra, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Tet, David Montgomery, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Patty Moe, Xavier Worthy. He's stacked with both Xavier and Walker. Then we got Jacoby Myers, Chig, Cam Ward, who's stacked with Carnell Tate and Gunnar Helm. Tyler Algier, Kenyon Sadiq, Geno Smith, who is stacked with Breece Hall and Sadiq right above him, Gunnar Helm, Dontavian Wicks, Katron Allen, Chris Brazzell, and Pat Bryant. I like the squad. All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in. Little bit of technical difficulties there on the last quarter of the video, but I think we made it work, and I appreciate everyone watching.